No, stop. No,
Oh, come on,
no,
dude.
that
I
was not
found it.
working. Yeah, but it sounds horrible.
I guess my camera fell down at some point. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
All right.
Okay, I'll find a better. I'll find a better intro for you, man. I'll clean it up next week.
Well, just because we were kind of talking about it beforehand, LDG, you keep saying that there's another level to the Matrix, or at least that was what you were saying previously. After rewatching 1 and 2, I still see no evidence of it.
I'm sorry. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Oh,
what
God,
was the
he's
question?
Working. He's
all right.
working on a Sunday.
I work every day. All right. So you
I'll be
finished
working on
2,
a Sunday too.
and 2 left off when, I believe, what's his name got transmitted to the so-called real world, right?
No, that was That's when he set off the nuke, destroying a bunch. The EMP, disabling a bunch of the ships. But he had transferred earlier in the film, much earlier, like within the first 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so, all right, so right then and there, how did you explain that then? How could he transfer into a person?
Same way the digital self for the person transfers back into their body.
Or they're still in the Matrix.
No. What is the whole thing Smith is doing?
If robots could inject themselves into a human head, why would they be keeping them as batteries?
Hold on. No. What is Agent Smith doing in the second movie?
You just slipped on a big banana there, didn't you?
No. Because what is Agent Smith doing? What is his big new ability?
Oh, he's a virus now because of the cookie. Yeah.
No, not because of the cookie.
Yeah, the cookie infected freaking Neo. Neo infected him.
You have no evidence of that.
He literally said, very first words at the beginning of Matrix 2, he says, everything as it was before, well, not everything. And he's referring to him the fact that he now is a virus. So
you want to pull up the script again?
But
all the Matrixes before.
You're saying stuff that has the cookie that Neo ate had nothing to do with this because there's no evidence for it. You're reading into that.
No, I'm not reading into it because when he came back to the Oracle threw the cookies back in his face. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they bring back the cookies when Smith was about to take over the Oracle? They made a whole scene about the cookies.
It's relating back to what the conversation that she had with Neo about the vase. To the paraphrase Sigmund Freud, sometimes a cookie is just a cookie.
You're close, but it was a little bit more than that. She was smiling.
I'm sure she was because she's predictive. That's her whole shtick.
No, her whole shtick is to balance the equation. That's an incorrect.
By predicting what humans are going to do based on emotion, not necessarily logic.
The statement still stands. She's to balance the equation. She's the only one in the Matrix who's making this small micro changes for a better outcome.
From the human side, yes.
She baked the cookie.
But it doesn't mean that the cookie was special. You're assuming it's special.
It doesn't mean it not either, because then they later told us that you can create food and eat it and have a lady have an orgasm.
Yeah, that was in the second movie.
Yeah,
but that doesn't necessarily mean that the cookie was also one of those items.
Okay, she literally said you'll feel right as rain.
So what? She said almost the same exact thing about the candy she offers him in the second movie.
No, she did not say that. Not with the candy.
She says almost the same exact thing.
No, you want to pull up the script?
Because she says, I love candy.
Okay.
Why does she love candy? Why does she say that?
But Oh my god, randomness. Gotta beat the random status.
Okay, so the candy's random, but the cookie has meaning. Okay.
The cookie had a shot that they
Now-
didn't have to shoot. They didn't have to show him eating the
but
cookie. It was a wasteless
it-
scene.
No, it's not. Because it's about the causality that Merovingian brings up in the second movie.
But
He
your
would not have broken
causality
the vase.
ends.
He would not have broken the vase if she hadn't mentioned it. He wouldn't have felt better if she didn't give him the cookie.
I don't even know how.
Not that the
makes
cookie
sense
was
in your
special.
mind there, my friend. I'm having a hard time grasping what you're trying to put together. What road you're going down? Like the cookie.
It was just because
for your point of view, the purpose of the cookie ends before he leaves the Oracle's house, the apartment. Like there was no need for that scene of him actually eating it, because that was a symbol of her creating a change, and he actually ate it. Like if he didn't eat that cookie, it could have been something completely different.
The change is mental. It's not programming like you say it is.
He was in the Matrix.
So
he
what?
It was the first meeting of the Oracle. This is like a classic trope of. This is like a classic trope of like Dragon Ball Z when they went to Namek and they got their powers unlocked. Right, the master does something to unlock their powers or do something like that. And in this world, it's called for. It's called for in this world.
But the unlocking of his powers is not due to the cookie. It was due to him being killed.
Well, no, well, not it didn't unlock his powers. I think the cookie was just a virus that turned what's his name into a freaking, because she knows that he was going to jump through him because it happened before, and that was confirmed. By freaking Smith himself. Smith said everything happened exactly the same except for one thing.
Big time here. You're grasping at straws.
They made a scene of it, dude. A whole scene of him talking.
Hold on. And to answer your question, to go back when you said how did Smith take over the mind? That's because he'd already taken over the digital self of that character by copying him. It wasn't Smith going into his human mind. It was the copy of Smith transferred over and overwriting the other character's mind being transferred into the body.
Excuse me. It was one of the copies that transferred over. Yes, I do understand.
But it would only
programs could do that.
But LDG obviously the only reason it worked was because that was that copy being transferred over into the original body.
That's a stretch.
No.
That's a stretch.
It's not a stretch. Give me any other example where that happens.
That's what I'm talking about. If they could do it, then they would have done it, and they wouldn't need batteries.
That's why it required Smith being changed. It required him to have the ability to copy, and it required the original body or digital self being copied over onto Smith, and then that one going into the body. If it had been any other version of Smith, it would not have worked.
It would only, but then you give me an example when they came into a real person. That would only work, and it only did work between digital selves, not an actual person in the real world.
The only example we have is the one I'm describing.
Yeah, well, we don't know if that's the real world, though. That's that has not been locked in yet.
Yes, it has.
No,
you're the one assuming that the real world isn't the real world.
From the beginning of the first movie, they show scenes of how things are not actually what you think they are. So when you finally see something else different, you still don't question it.
What are you talking about?
You're trapped. You're right. You're in a cell.
I don't know what you're saying.
Video game.
What? Okay, but what evidence do you have that the real world in the Matrix is not the real world?
The little clues I've been telling you about.
That's the thing. You're not giving any clues.
The architect is the one that basically explained it. So I mean, the architect conversation
under your own assumption, the architect wouldn't know either.
Morpheus was the one in the first one who showed Neo what the quote unquote real world looks like through the back door of the Matrix. which we still don't know if it's actually canon that's the real world or that was the Matrix interpretation of the real world.
But what I'm just saying is the real world that, Morpheus' ship and everything is Zion and all that stuff. There's no evidence that LDG can point to that explicitly makes it clear that that's just another level of the Matrix.
The whole movie was not to give you that clarity. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to find it, dude.
Except for the fact that the creators say you're wrong.
The creators do not say I'm wrong.
Yes, they do. They've always said that the real world is the real world in the movies.
Show me. Show me. You have to show me that one particular fact. You'll have to show me. There's no way I'm going to believe that because I haven't read it, and I've looked.
But you saw the movie. Didn't you see the part where Morpheus showed Neo, "Welcome to the real world," unquote. That's the real world outside the Matrix.
Says the mouse to the new mouse
LDG,
in the same maze.
Just fucking reaching.
The architect said there was a real problem that people were not compatible with the Matrix, and the only way that they fixed it was to give them a choice, even if it's subconscious. As long as they kept doing that, their problem was null and void. And what is the very first important choice in the entire damn movie? Red pill or blue pill? Subconscious choice. He didn't even know he was making a choice to stay in the Matrix. Very simple if you think about it. Like, I mean, it just takes it's nothing that contradicts it either.
Look, LDG, I'm
or
sorry.
at least nothing I know of.
Totally understanding of Occam's razor, but you are reaching.
Yeah.
I was out of reach. It said choice, man. They literally had a whole conversation about it. They talked about the previous matrices. They explained the problem. They even had an animatrix where they kind of try to explain it and how people were waking up.
Well, they said that they tried to make the first Matrix a paradise, and it didn't work. They said, Smith said whole crops were lost.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to stay within the bounds of the movies because the whole battery thing was a lie too. But I'm not trying to push that.
Well, I somewhat agree with you because the battery thing makes no sense.
That is backed
if you know
up
anything
by
about entropy and
news. They literally said they only did it because they had to, or else the movie wasn't going to be made. But that they hid it behind. They were able to hide it behind a lie. So if I am correct, and the Matrix has been the Matrix the entire time, then it's very feasible to think that the battery story was just another lie to the people in the Matrix. And they could like reveal the real truth about the ghost in the shell and everything. And but they fucked it up. They dropped the ball.
I'm reading the script.
I mean, it's really simple. I mean, they even gave you like the whole fact that he can see like gold code in the so-called real world. Should have been like the dead ass giveaway.
Why?
Because you can't. That's not real. It's just not real.
Okay, but again, my original theory was Neo essentially has an organic Wi-Fi system that connects him to the source.
You brought on by Razor.
Sorry?
Go ahead. So you want to talk about Occam's razor? I mean, it's like I don't
Occam's
know how
razor, not Occam's razor.
Whatever. Occam.
Because that would explain
whatever razor
That's
you
what
use.
I said.
I mean,
Occam's razor.
So you were saying, I'm sorry.
So what I'm saying is he has a connection to the source because he's the anomaly, and the whole thing was the machines want him to go back to the source, just like a malfunctioning program.
It was another choice to keep him in the system. I mean, that's all it was. Going to the source was a choice to keep him asleep in the system and not break out. And then
Well, from what the architect says, the reason Neo needs to return to the source is that's what balances the equation in the long run.
And he said, yeah, you're going to go back and you're going to recreate Zion.
Yeah.
That nothing special. He wasn't going to ascend to some kind of godly power or whatever. The seeing the gold code in the real world, there's no, I don't see any logical connection. It has to be another matrix. It's a form of control.
I would just assume that, because of his, unique brain structure that makes him the one, that's what I'm assuming it is. And yeah, that is an assumption on my part. He basically can just tell things that are from the machine world, whether he's blind or not.
While he's blind. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just not buying it. There was no, I can't make that connection. Sorry. And even if I could make that connection, I mean, it's not a big enough. If he could see Wi-Fi, I don't know. I've thought about it, so I've spent time thinking about it, and I just don't see it.
Danny Lyon brings up a question: if there is no real world and everything is actually a different incarnation of the Matrix, why bother doing the movies at all? Like, what is the point of the one cycle if there is no real world presented in the movie?
The original, that's a great question, actually. The original premise of the movie. How does an enslaved race of humans fight its way out of a simulation? Which they did at the third movie. That's why what she did with the cookie and turned him into a virus. And she made a threat. So now it's not the
what cookie turned into a virus? Where the fuck are you talking about this, dude? I'm looking at the script. There's nothing about a cookie turning into a virus. You're stretching.
Oracle gave him a cookie. He ate it.
Yeah, the cookie is supposed to remember somebody, not a virus.
He molested the agent and blew him up from the inside, which transferred the cookie to him, which turned him into a virus. And the next movie,
a cookie remembers somebody. That's all it is. It's just a remembrance of somebody. It's not a program. It's not a virus. It's something to remember somebody, like a key, like a name tag. That's all it is. You know about computers, dude. You know what a cookie is.
Yes, that's what I'm. How can you turn that around on me? That's funny. You do know.
A cookie is a name tag. It's not a virus. That's all it is.
Cookies. How do you think viruses got around, my friend?
Through a program, not a cookie. A cookie. All a cookie does is just a name tag.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop you right there.
You have always
right there.
Know what a cookie in the computer.
I refuse to believe I live in a world where someone's arguing that a cookie does not have a virus.
Hold on, Elihu. There have been computer viruses that have utilized cookies.
All of them do.
Utilize, not itself. That means it has to be another program with the cookie itself. So what are the program initiated with the cookie to get the virus?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, Dandelion. To quote Sigmund Freud, sometimes a cookie is just a cookie.
Yeah,
but LDG
is saying
is time. It's a wild hypothesis, but there's no evidence for it. The closest evidence you have is what the Merovingian did with the cake, but we have no evidence that that's what the Oracle did.
I mean, technically, if you think about it, a virus in itself is a cookie. It's just it's not a file. It's just cookie code. It just
usually it's a hidden executable, and you know that,
dude. A cookie is what?
You know that most viruses are hidden executables, not
no. Those are Trojans, and they're not viruses. Those are just programs that do bad things. A virus is not a Trojan. It's different. You can make an exe that acts like a virus. Yes, you can, but that's not a
virus. Is not a Trojan. Then where did that virus come from? If it wasn't a Trojan, they're just a cookie. Nothing but a virus.
Okay, you need to understand there are many different types of things. You have viruses, you have Trojans, you have worms.
Okay, here's what I want from LDG. What is your evidence that the cookie was more than a cookie?
Because they spent the extra scene showing him eat it.
Yeah, they also had an extra scene of Neo and Trinity having sex.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, wait.
The fact that she
Again.
brought the cookie back up at the end, and the Merovingian proving that you can manipulate food to do something to somebody.
Okay, but what is your
Merovingian
evidence
did
that the
make the
Oracle did
cake
so?
because she's that powerful.
Because she's been in the Matrix the entire time, and she's trying to balance the equation and bring peace between humans and machines.
But again,
But you're not.
that version is as likely as what you said, Vile. And that's my
Mm.
point. It's like, go reach out to the directors and have them say, yep, that's what it was. They won't. That's the whole point of this movie. This movie is not designed to have an actual answer. It is have an actual answer to everybody differently. Some people might have the same, but I guarantee right now, you find somebody that thinks the same thing as LDG, they're going to find an argument in there somewhere because it won't be exactly the same. It's all speculation.
Opinionated
That's
facts,
the best part of a
speculation.
movie where it leaves you open to think about it and interpret it in your own way. That's good storytelling.
But I
That's
said
what you
last
do before
week.
the ending, though. Every story has an ending. You got to have the answers.
No,
Even
you
if it's
don't
an ending.
have
No,
to
every
have
story
the
does not have an
No,
ending.
you don't.
Even
No,
if it's an
you
ending.
don't. You can
it's
have
Empire
an
Strikes
ending.
Back did not have a fucking
Oh my
ending.
God.
Empire Strikes Back did not have a fucking ending. We
Hey,
waited
hey,
3 years to find
professional.
out, dude. Movie does not have to have an ending.
Okay, let's put it this way. No, every movie does not need an ending the way you're
Hey,
talking
NB,
about as
would
far
you
as
like it if
the
someone slammed the door halfway through it?
Wait. It's not that it doesn't need an ending. It's that it doesn't have to have an answer, or it doesn't have to give you the answer.
bingo.
The
Okay,
answer
Okay, so
is
there's
given
again,
to
so it
you
always
in
it comes
okay, Chris,
comes
I'm going to give you a
comes
perfect
back to
example.
whether or not
LDG,
NB do you
shut up for a minute.
NB
I have
do
to
you
Hold on,
agree because
hold on.
NB has not
NB, calm
talked.
down. Calm down.
Can NB talk? Because I
He
haven't heard
hasn't
him
talked.
speak. I only heard LDG
Yeah.
talk. Can NB say something? Yes, talk.
Okay, I'm going to talk about a really great movie I watched. It was a Western movie. It was called Valdez's Company when I was a kid. And it's all about him in, I'm not going to go through the details of the movie, but the movie ends with them basically in a Mexican standoff. And you're left to interpret what happens next. And personally, that's an open ending. And I was totally fine with it. Sometimes I like an open ending.
There's nothing wrong with that. Or again, not necessarily an open ending, but an ending that they say, you know what? Think of it yourself. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, like you said.
Sorry.
2001
Well, I
Space
think
Odyssey, Blade Runner, Taxi Driver, Inception. Come on, plenty of those.
I'll get positive the link real quick. Hold on.
All right.
There is nothing wrong with a movie ending with leaving you with questions. Sometimes those are the best movies because it's like, well, they didn't explain what happened. Yes, that's the point.
They want you to figure that out or to make up the rest of it on your own.
Bingo.
Inception is a perfect example, like 2001 as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, sometimes there's conclusions, sometimes you're left with interpretations. Like that movie I saw, Leave the World Behind, on Netflix that was done by...
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list.
Oh, God, you got to see it, man.
I was watching Percy Jackson.
No, I'm telling you what, it is a great movie. Absolutely great movie. Because it really puts a spotlight on how technology has affected how we talk to people personally.
All right. Before I end the Matrix conversation, I want to go back to something LDG said because I'm still confused about it. What is the point of the real world and Matrix world, according to you, LGG?
The real world is just a choice Another form of control to
But
keep
you said
people in
something
the
about
system.
like testing to see how humans would get out of a system.
No, I said the original premise of the movie is the fact that the human race is trapped in a simulation, and they gotta get them. They have to either get some kind of ending.
Okay, but
But-
you say the real world is still a simulation, correct?
Yes.
What is the point of that simulation? And
Yeah,
the simulation
where's
within the
Neo?
simulation?
Where's
That
Neo
is the
actually at?
recycling-
Okay,
That's the
I'm gonna.
recycling bin for. I'm sorry, I'm still walking through the door. Again, don't slam the door in my face, okay?
Cover your ass.
It's like a recycling bin for everybody who the machines had issues of people waking up. So they took those people who woke up and just gave them a blue pill. Sent them to a
here's
separate matrix.
Okay, but
There you go. They
hold
stay
on,
to sleep.
Andy, hold on,
in the
Andy,
very
hold on,
first
hold on, hold on.
movie, Mike, can I say something real quick? In the
Well,
very
I
first
want to
movie-
respond to him because it was my question, real quick.
Yeah, no problem,
But
buddy.
what is the official? What, according to your theory, what is the point of the real world simulation? You didn't really answer that.
To keep people in the system not waking up.
Okay, what people? Because according to what you just described, that would infer that everybody in the Matrix, whether they think they're human or program, is in reality a program.
That's a separate point. I don't know where you're trying to go with that.
Actually,
asked
me about the real
world.
he's countering your point, LDG. He's
So
giving
if
you
you're
a
talking-
counterpoint.
If everyone's a program and most of them don't know that they're programs, or they don't know that what type of program they really are, what is the point of that Matrix? What is the point of that simulation?
You're talking about the robots in the
All right, later,
so-called
Chris.
real world.
I'll see you hopefully on your stream.
Later, Chris.
Yeah, I gotta go. I got work issues, so
Take care, Chris. Look,
Yeah, so you're talking about the machines
remember how
in the
the last movie? Remember how in the first movie he picks up the phone and he goes, "I don't know how this is going to end," before he flies off.
Yeah.
Personally, to me, I thought that was a great ending.
Oh yeah. I think the Matrix should have been a standalone movie, personally.
I agree. I never liked the second and third. I do love the fourth because it pretty much ignores the second and third, and I didn't like them.
If they wanted to keep an open ending, then they should have stopped at the first, and I would have been happy with that. But they didn't.
Oh,
they went with the second and third.
completely
So that
agree.
didn't
But
upset
I,
those
I
more.
100% agree with you on that one, LDG.
I think the money is why they did it. But
Well, that's the problem. They don't know how to do a one and done movie anymore.
well, no. What I think, and I don't think. Hold on. I don't have any proof of this, but I would assume that the contract that the Wachowskis made with Warner Brothers at the time basically was, if the movie does well, you're contractually obligated to make sequels, because almost every contract in Hollywood has a provision similar to that. So
Yeah,
I'm guessing
I've heard
that's
about
what it
that.
was. I don't know for sure. I can't prove anything. I don't have a copy of their contracts, but because of every actor I've ever talked to in real life, they've all said that there's a provision in their contracts about that.
Well, if we're talking about the Matrix, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to John Wick and Keanu Reeves, I thought John Wick should have been a one and done movie.
Oh yeah.
To me, it's a one and done movie. I don't watch the rest of them. I've seen all the rest of them. Truthfully, I was like, this was a revenge movie. I was like, I didn't need to know the backstory on all the freaking why the coins were there, why this was there. I'm like, I don't care. I like a little mystery. What's so wrong with wanting a little mystery in a story?
Well, the thing is, that's how franchises sometimes get born. And I can't fault The Matrix or John Wick of those types of things, because without the first one becoming so popular and the sequels that followed, now we have like the Ballerina, we have Animatrix, we have Matrix 4, we have Matrix 5 coming out, which I'm going to be interested in seeing, just because I want to see how, without the Wachowskis, how much they screw up.
Okay. Can we come up
But
with
they doing
something better?
rebooting it or something?
No, they're just making another sequel.
No. Fuck no. I'm not watching those.
No, but it says there's what, around 250,000 people in Zion, basically, right?
Yeah, I think they said something because they say that 250,000 Sentinels are attacking Zion, and then Morpheus says, yeah, one for every man, woman, and child. So I would assume, yeah, the population of Zion is about 250 million or 250,000.
And those people, are you saying were part of the Matrix at one time, or no?
No, not all of them. At least according to what they say in the first movie, that some are born there.
Right.
I don't know the
Tank
percentages
and,
of the population.
Wasn't Tank and
his brother,
Dozer
right?
human?
Dozer and Tank were not.
Yeah.
Right.
And Link.
Oh, well, like I said, I've only seen the second, third movie.
Trinity, Morpheus, and the main characters all were born in the Matrix, right?
Yeah, Tank and Dozer were. They said they
got
were
rescued.
homegrown.
Who rescued Morpheus? Do we know?
So, no, I don't think we know. It might be mentioned in one of the comic books, though. I don't know.
Okay, but he was.
But remember,
originally in the Matrix, right?
That does bring up a quick comment before I end this discussion, because I want to move on to one of the other topics.
Yeah.
LDG, do you believe the comics are canon?
I haven't read the comics actually, so I'm not sure.
Because one of the first Matrix comics released basically says outright that aliens exist, and then the machines have fought them using humans.
Oh, interesting. I'd have to look at because like my what's canon for me matters on details, so I'd have to look at it. And
well, as far as I know, the comics are still considered canon by the Wachowskis.
Okay, I looked up who saved Morpheus from the Matrix, and it says that it's a mysterious unnamed figure, possibly the architect or another early liberated human.
Probably.
Now, if it's the architect, that would be kind of weird, but maybe not. Maybe the architect, because they said that this is the 6th or 7th iteration of the Matrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. So he has to pick someone who's always going to get Neo out of there, and Morpheus obviously has to be picked every time, right? So maybe it is the architect who picks him every time.
Well, according to Matrix 2, essentially, and Matrix 1, the Oracle is the one that prophesies to Morpheus that he would find the one, which would imply that even whoever freed him doesn't matter. It's what instilled him his drive to find the one was the Oracle.
Well, if the architect freed him, that makes more sense, since he wants it always to repeat this every time. So him always freeing Morpheus, because Morpheus has to find Neo, or is prophesized to find Neo.
PC, I'm looking, and there is nothing in canon about who originally freed Morpheus. The only thing I could find out is that Trinity freed Morpheus when he was captured. There's no mention of who actually freed him originally.
But we also know that because of the Animatrix film, that it is possible for humans to self-actualize, is what they called it. It's when they free themselves from the Matrix. Because you had the runner do it, and you had the kid do it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
I never saw the animated, and I've never read the comics.
Well, the comics, I've read some of them back when they were free online. But since then, a lot of them have been pulled from the websites. So their canonicity stance is kind of dubious. And that includes the Alien one, but there's other ones that are still available on the websites. So I don't know. And there's different ones have been included in the book, the collections. And from what I understand, if they've been included in a collection that was printed, not just the digital comics, those ones are for sure canon.
Well, because Trinity says in the movie that Morpheus is the only one who passed the jump test on the first try, right?
No, no one did. Not even Morpheus.
Well,
Yeah, remember Cypher said, "Don't worry, nobody ever makes it on the first try."
oh, okay.
So, but before we go to the next, or we'll go to the next subject. Sorry. We'll talk about it briefly because I think Stranger Things, because of the rewatch on season 3, I want to talk about that more. And Positive, you haven't been on lately, so what do you know of NCIS? Because I'm doing a rewatch on that.
NCIS. Is that a?
Are you
I've watched
kidding me? Do
I
you know how
watched
many
a little bit of it.
NCIS there are, Mike?
Polly Peretti.
Right now, I'm just doing the first one.
Isn't there like NCIS Chicago, Miami, whatever?
Yeah,
fucking
right now I'm just watching the original NCIS show.
That's with what, Mark Harmon?
Yes.
Mark Harmon? Okay.
And
that's what I thought. Okay.
the reason I'm rewatching it is because it's a show I used to watch with my mom before she passed, and I stopped watching it after she died. And but I know that she would really be watching the new Tony and Ziva spinoff, and I want to watch that. But in order to watch that, I'm doing a rewatch of the entire original show.
Yeah, to me, NCIS and NCSI, they were both pretty similar. In a way.
Yeah, they had their moments. You got to remember, NCIS was a backdoor pilot in JAG.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't NCIS flip off from JAG?
Yeah, it did. It was a backdoor pilot. That's when they introduced the CIS team. Or at least a few versions of them. They didn't all last.
So originally it was, I'm guessing the X-Files was first, and because that got popular, then they did CSI and then NCIS, right? Basically.
X-Files on gunmen.
Thinking of JAG.
Well, they're all police procedurals. That's a staple of television basically since Law and Order.
Well, and
that was the thing about Law and Order that was so great. They didn't talk about. I mean, I remember a video or something they said that it's like, we don't talk about our families, we don't talk about our personal lives, we just go to work, do our job. For a lot of times, that's why Law and Order worked. Procedural shows will have a purpose.
I remember Miami Vice was pretty cool at the time as well, you know.
So was Knight Rider. I had Knight Rider.
Well, that's a police in a way. Yeah, Knight Rider.
I actually
A-Team. You know,
it should have been called Kit Rider because nobody actually rode Michael Knight.
Yeah, that is true. But
I think there was many a female character that was in the show that rode Michael Knight.
Kit Rider, right? Or Car Rider, if you want to
Kit.
his evil.
No, not Car. You don't want to have Car.
Why not? Car looked cooler than Kit.
Not only that, as much as I love Feeney, Carr was voiced by fucking
William Daniels.
Prime, so
William Daniels voiced not a Kit, dude. William Daniels.
I know, but he's also famous for playing Feeney.
I know. Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
and Carr was voiced by Optimus Prime himself.
Yes,
I missed him at Fan Expo. I could not find the guy's table. I wanted to say hi to him. I could not find his table. That sucked.
What was the big bad truck called in that?
I don't know if it had
the big bad truck.
The semi truck.
One they went
in. Semi.
Oh shit.
I can look it up, I guess.
Goliath.
Goliath. There you go. Yeah, Goliath. There you go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, brain fart. I need more weed. Hang on.
Wait, are you talking about the one with Speed Racer?
No. And Kit. Knight Rider. there was a big
The
semi.
semi truck where Kit's home was.
Yeah,
That was called Goliath?
you know what? I forgot it even had a name.
Yeah, it was Goliath.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, belonged to Garth Knight.
Yeah, Garth was his evil twin brother, right, or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. It's been a while, man. Shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, Airwolf, Knight Rider, A-Team.
Oh,
Miami
dun,
Vice.
dun, 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 dun. I love Airwolf.
I
Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
love Werewolf. Yeah,
The 80s were just
Okay.
non-stop.
that
I
was
had to
an
look it up.
interesting show.
Sorry, I had to look it up on Google, but the Speed Racer semi car or semi truck is called the Mammoth car.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that
Yeah,
you know, I
Yeah,
that was my bad.
Goliath is definitely Knight Rider.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Yeah, the 80s were it for TV shows, man. 70s, 80s, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't know. I liked quite a few of the '90s shows because that was when
Riptide. Remington Steel.
So
the '90s
now,
were good for me because that was my teen years.
Yeah, I hear you.
well, I would say the '90s was great for Star Trek, but
Yes.
to go back to
Late
NCIS,
90s.
It was
during
a
season-
golden era for sci-fi, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
TNG, Babylon
5,
Stargate, SG-1, Stargate,
Andromeda.
Andromeda.
To go back to NCIS,
Xena.
though, when you're talking about the spin-off shows, season 6 and 7, which is the ones I watched this week, they had the spin-off for NCIS Los Angeles in it.
Okay. Does
And-
CSI have more spin-offs than NCIS or no?
No, that's a completely different universe.
No, I know, but which one has more spin-offs? Or are they
Ooh,
both
that
not even?
I would say
Law and
Jag has
Order.
more spin-offs total.
Law and Order has more spin-offs.
Law and
But
Order.
CSI,
or,
you asked about
are we
CSI.
sure about
I
that?
asked about CSI and NCIS.
I don't know. I thought Happy Days
Law and Order
had
has
the most
SVU
spin-offs.
and what else?
Let me find out.
Intent
Okay.
and what else? SVU, Criminal
All right,
Intent, and whatever. I forget what else is Law and Order.
All right, so CSI has 1, 2, 3, a total of 4 spin-offs or 3 and a continuation, depending on how you look at it. They have CSI, the original show CSI. They have CSI
Right.
Miami, CSI New York, CSI Cyber, which only lasted 2 seasons, and the revival series CSI Vegas, which is kind of CSI, the original show, brought back.
Guys, actually, you guys are totally wrong. According to I'm looking over here, what show has the most spin-offs is Star Trek. Law and Order has 6. CSI has 4. Star Trek has 11.
Hold on, Elihu. We weren't talking about spin-offs in general. We're talking about specifically CSI, NCIS, and Law and Order. I was looking it up for CSI first.
Law and Order 6, CSI 4, NCIS 4.
All right, so CSI has 4 if you count the revival. Let's see.
NCIS has 4. Law and Order has 6.
Hold on. NCIS has the original show, so it has Los Angeles, New Orleans, Hawaii, Sydney, the prequel Origins, and the relaunch Tony and Ziva. So that's 6, not 4.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about Bo.
Dexter has 3 spin-offs.
Hold on. Law and Order spin-offs.
Breaking Bad has 1. Better Call Saul, right?
Yeah,
All right.
I never really liked Breaking Bad.
All right, so Law and Order has the original show, so the spin-offs would include SVU, Criminal Intent, Trial by Jury, Los Angeles, True Crime, and Organized Crime. So they have also 6.
Yeah.
Well, if I look at Dexter,
You said
you have the original
Star Trek has
season,
11?
and you have the 2 spin-offs to it right now, which has been whatever the one, New Blood and then Resurrection.
So Star Trek
I
has
guess,
11
I guess you just can't keep a good serial killer down.
And I still haven't finished Dexter because I got sidetracked by everything else I'm rewatching. But
I'm
When it came
finishing up. I'm catching up on Blind Spot. Now, I do have a show I would recommend for you guys.
well, remember, we're trying to talk about NCIS, so.
Okay, well,
Something I haven't
NCIS
seen since Zero.
really was great, but after Mark Harmon left, it's kind of like, what's the point? I mean, granted, the whole thing about a procedural show is you can pick it up and you don't have to worry about much of what happened past.
Well, I will
When
say
I
this.
started watching Law and Order, I was watching it, I don't remember what, but I was watching it during the highlight period, and I loved it. Loved it for a long time.
Well, I will say, with the last 3 seasons for 5, 6, and 7 of NCIS, they have moved away from not referencing previous episodes. The first 2 or 3 seasons, they really didn't bring up any like season-long arcs too much, or reference stuff, previous cases, as much as they do now, at least in the seasons I'm watching now. And when you say about Mark Harmon's character, as much as I think he's the lead for the show, NB, he's the character I hate the most. Since you haven't been on.
I like the character he's a Marine, so I can understand him.
Well, that's one of the things. Okay. Positive and NB, you haven't been on, so I don't know if you've been watching when I've been talking about the seasons thus far. In the early couple of seasons, like the first 2 seasons of NCIS, they don't mention that he was a former Marine.
No, he's a Marine. Please don't use the word former.
What I mean is they don't reference it. Later on, so many characters refer to him as Gunny.
Yeah.
But in the early episodes, they hadn't codified that. They haven't solidified it. It basically wasn't canon yet.
NCIS is run by civilians. So, like, okay, in the Army, you have CID. CID is run by the Army, military. NCIS is run by civilians.
I get that. But what I mean is,
they didn't reference it at first.
The character was not yet written as being a Marine in his backstory.
Yeah, I know.
They kind of retconned that, because one of the early episodes in season 1 that really bugs me now is there's a sniper killing people, and apparently Gibbs was a Marine sniper, but has to have other people explain to him how guns work.
I'm sorry, I don't remember that episode.
It's one of the early episodes in season 1, and it was so annoying.
When
later on,
wait a minute. Gibbs was a scout sniper.
Yeah, according to his backstory in later seasons. But in season 1, he basically had to have someone explain to him how sniper rifles work.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. When we went out to Stone Bay on the rifle range, okay, the other people that were there were the guys becoming scout snipers. And let me tell you something. Everything I know about a scout sniper, they are highly disciplined. They have to make their own guinea suit.
Ghillie suit.
Yeah, ghillie suit.
Yeah,
but
I know.
They have to make their own one, and they have to make it for the environment they're in. They have to be slow.
But what I mean is, in the early seasons of the show, Gibbs was not a former Marine, or sorry, I know you don't like that term, but I'm just using it as within context. And he wasn't a
former enlisted service member. It's former enlisted service member, not former Marine.
Yeah. And that's one of the other things that would bug you and B. There are several times where Gibbs refers to himself as a former Marine.
Oh, and I hated that.
In seasons like 2 and 4, or sorry, 3 and 4. My God, I can't even say numbers in the right order. And then, like, by season 5, 6, 7, which is the last ones I watched, he gets mad at people who say former Marine just like you.
Well, that's because Hollywood doesn't know jack shit about how Marines think.
Oh, well, I would say the NCIS made a lot of mistakes in the early seasons based on a lot of criteria.
Well,
If you're dead, you're still Marine. Although you just made order because you're prohibited from dying because you will not get permission to die yet.
Hey,
But,
here's the thing. I have a terminal illness. I'm a Marine. Until I'm in the ground, I have a mission to do. Just as simple as that.
But one of the things I wanted to talk specifically about these episodes is they do the backdoor pilot for NCIS Los Angeles, where they basically imply that the leader of the NCIS Los Angeles team, of course, has a connection with Gibbs, same with one of their members, and that one member gets shot to death at the end of the episode. But that member is Chris O'Donnell. And I haven't seen NCIS Los Angeles, but I know that he's a regular cast member. So now I'm like, are they going to make me watch those episodes referencing how he survived?
Hey guys, I gotta go. My wife's here.
All right, later. But
just don't forget to send me the CNA stream links on X.
I can send it to you on there, but yeah.
Well, it's the only place you're really going to be able to send it to me too, because I don't have other social media outlets.
No worries. I send Dandelion hers on Instagram, so.
Yeah, I don't have that. But anyway, yeah, my wife's here, so, and she needs to talk. We got stuff going on. So I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
later, guys. Great talking to you. Missed you guys.
Now, good seeing you.
Bye, Bob.
So, what's interesting about it though is in the very episode after the backdoor pilot, they reference that character having survived, but they don't say how. And I think it's because the show hadn't been completely greenlit yet. But now it's like I'm already season 7 into this rewatch. Am I gonna have to start watching NCIS Los Angeles to get some of the plot points? Because apparently NCIS does crossover episodes fairly often after this point. So on that note, should I start watching, instead of like next week finishing season 7 and watching season 8, should I finish season 7 and then watch Los Angeles? What do you guys think?
I'm not really into the show, so.
Maybe you could rewatch Los Angeles with me, Elihu.
No, that's like me willingly watching all the Godfather movies. Not interested.
Excuse me?
I've never seen any Godfather movie. I have no interest in seeing any Godfather movie. It does not interest me.
I'm thoroughly disappointed in you, Elihu. Those are some of the best movies ever made.
I tried watching it. I'm like, okay, I really can't get into this. I'm like, fuck it. I've never bothered ever seeing it. I know the references and quotes, but this does not interest me.
I mean, hell, watching The Godfather back in the early 90s for me on television probably is what helped accelerate my puberty.
Actually, Baywatch did that for me.
Oh, by Baywatch, I was already, yeah.
No, in high school, my friends even got me to try to watch Godfather. I'm like, not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Still not interested in Godfather.
All right, Baywatch. Oh, never mind. God damn. Baywatch is a lot older than I thought it was.
Yeah, I know.
It came out in 1989.
Yeah.
God, I don't remember watching it until like the mid-90s.
Did you watch Baywatch Nights, the spinoff?
I did watch a couple episodes when they came on, but it was, sporadic, and I didn't, and I never watched the not Chris Rock, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson film.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either. Speaking of wrestlers, did you hear about Cena?
No, what?
He is officially retired from wrestling.
Good for him.
And there's this viral video going out that he posted a couple weeks ago about him in front of those little boxing machine, this little boxing thing that boxers use, right? And he puts his hand in front of the boxing thing, and he does this little hit, right? He's like, not one touch. He's like, yep, 25 years, I never hit one person. I'm like, damn, that's really good fucking acting. He's like within millimeters of the ball, and it doesn't even move. I'm like, dude, this is control. This is great work, man. 25 years, not hitting one person, not hitting that ball. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, wrestling is fake, but still. I'm like, that is awesome what he can do. Okay. He's actually a great actor himself.
Since we were talking about spinoffs earlier, I couldn't help but look up Baywatch spinoffs, because you also mentioned Baywatch Nights.
Oh, boy.
Without looking it up, Eliu, how many Baywatch spinoffs were there?
I can only think of Baywatch Nights.
Apparently, there was another spinoff called Baywatch Hawaii that lasted 2 seasons.
What?
And then, with something I didn't know about, there are 3 Baywatch direct-to-video movies: Baywatch Forbidden Paradise, Baywatch White Thunder at Glacier Bay, and Baywatch Hawaiian Wedding.
Okay. Why?
I don't know, and I'm learning about this just now, even though it's over 25 years old.
Baywatch Hawaii? What?
Yeah.
When they was talking about filming locations when I went to Hawaii, Baywatch was never mentioned. It was all Jurassic Park and shit. Like, no, Baywatch.
You have nothing but Baywatch in Hawaii. Shit.
No, that was a different island. It was filmed on Kauai. I was on a different island. There's like six main islands in Hawaii.
All right. For the last half an hour, I wanted to talk about Stranger Things Season 3. And I did talk to Vile Style, though she's not with me this time. Hence why... Oh, and I did say this on Chris's stream. Because Vile Style was with me last stream, if you notice, it wasn't a full CNA stream because I didn't have any nicotine and I didn't have any alcohol. I did have caffeine, but none of the other two. Because she was in the car with me.
Yeah, you couldn't even step outside and light your cigar for a couple drags. Come on.
I didn't even do that. The entire hour and a half, I didn't smoke a damn thing. I didn't have any alcohol in my coffee.
Come on, even Arnold, when he was governor, he had a special tent set aside so he can go outside and smoke. Come on.
Well, I didn't. And that's because Vile Style is still a teenager.
Yeah.
But I did talk to her about Season 3. The reason she was on last time was because Season 2 was her favorite. And this week I did the rewatch of Season 3 before I watched Season 5.
Wait, is Season 3 where we had that odd episode of her interaction with 8?
No, that was Season 2.
Okay, sorry.
And I think I know what my problem is, and I talked to Vile Style about this, and why Season 3 isn't as good as the other ones. And basically, and I'm going off my memory of Season 4, Season 2 should not have been what it was. Basically, what I said is Season 2 of Stranger Things should have been condensed into 4 episodes, not 8 or 9. And the first half of Season 3 should have been part of Season 2. And by that, I mean the arc of the Mind Flayer creating the big flesh amalgamation monster thing.
Mm.
And that Season 3 should have been just the Russian stuff. And I include it should have, again, the Russian side of the story for season 3 should have been the first half of season 3, and it should have just been condensed down. With the Hopper side of season 4 should have been part of season 3. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, the Hopper stuff in season 4 dragged on. It's like they had to make excuses why it had to last all season.
I think they were only going for the mall nostalgia thing.
For season 3, absolutely.
Yeah, the mall nostalgia. That's the whole thing. It was 90% of the episode, the season took place in the mall.
But it should have been the entire Mind Flayer arc should have been just season 2. So you have, the Mind Flayer trying to take over Will. You have him being expelled from Will, and you have Billy being now the big bad puppet person, with the Mind Flayer creating the flesh monster. That should have been season 2. Season 3 is all about the Russians. You have them trying to reopen the gate, failing because of what happens with Joyce and Hopper. That explosion still happens and transports Hopper to Russia, which again is season 4. But I think that the last half of season 3 should have been that arc of 11 getting her powers back after the explosion.
But she got bit. She got bit and lost her powers, not due to the explosion.
Yeah. Either way, that should have happened in season 3, not 4, in my opinion. As for what season 4 should be, I don't know. I'll go back I'll talk about that more when I rewatch season 4 next week.
Very long episodes.
I know, it's going to be even harder.
Episodes. An hour and a half, an hour and 50 minutes. What the fuck? Holy shit.
I might.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with what I'm able to rewatch this week. Fortunately, since for my work schedule, after I finish this stream, I'm going to be working, but I'm doing that on purpose so I can have basically is that way I can take Monday through Thursday off and have 4 days off in a row.
Yeah, you're gonna need those days to watch all season 4.
Yeah, season 4, NCIS, Matrix, Revolutions, whatever it's called. The third Matrix 3. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun week. But positive. Have you seen Stranger Things at all, or no?
No.
Okay. And I don't think LDG really has either. So I think the only one who can compare to what I'm talking about is Elihu.
Yeah, I've seen every single episode so far that's been aired.
As I said, I haven't watched season 5 at all yet. I'm waiting to finish the rewatch before I watch it.
Okay, no spoilers.
So, as for the season 3 as a whole, it's not bad per se. And the never ending story song. That was funny as all hell. I don't care. Anyone who finds that annoying,
turn around.
I don't care. It was awesome.
I can get to see. That movie's now on Amazon Prime.
It's also on VHS.
Well, yeah. I was flipping last night. I'm like, oh, never ending story. Cool. Add to my watch list and my favorites. Automatically on my favorites.
Hold on, I'm looking something up. Yes, Neverending Story is also on Laserdisc.
Wow. Ooh, use Laserdisc.
Me?
Oh, by the way, I feel sorry for Dick Van Dyke.
Why?
He can no longer play with Legos. Age 1 to 99 only. And he loves Lego shit. I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for Dick. Ooh, I found a new toy for Chris. Send this to him. Don't worry, Chris. Come on, open up, damn it. Oh, and by the way,
But,
your links are not working in X.
my links?
Yeah, I had to actually type and paste it because it was not opening up. It just said little box and no link. I'm like, come on, link.
That's weird. Like even last week, when the reason I was late to Chris's stream was because I never saw the posted link at all. And I'm like,
yeah.
Did he just decide to start? I'm like, oh, he must have decided to start at 5:30 and he'll send the link out then. Then 5:30 rolls around and I'm like, okay, I haven't got a note about it, so he must be starting at 6. And then suddenly I get like messages from like you, Alicia, and Chris all at the same time saying, where the hell are you?
Game time. Come on. Well, Dandelion had to enter the website twice because the first time it didn't work for her. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard and other shit.
So, yeah, without Vile Style, it's not, and the fact that only Elihu's seen it, there's not much to really talk about other than Steve, still one of the best characters for character development, especially regarding the fact that his acceptance of Robin being gay was really cool. I mean, that scene where he basically says
in the bathroom, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, he basically says, I'm falling in love with you, and she says, I'm gay, and his response is, okay, we can be friends then.
Friendship, yeah.
And considering, the time period wise, that's, a very enlightened way. And the fact that you realize over the course of the last 2 seasons, Steve has basically lost most of his friends.
Did you like that little meme I sent you about the job resume?
Yeah, I saw that. But there's a fucking spoiler in it.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but that was like funny, okay?
Now I know they join a radio station because of you, jackass.
K-Rock. That's all you need to know, okay?
I've been able to convince Vile Style not to give me a single goddamn spoiler, despite the fact that she's been wanting to so freaking much. Every time I see her or I call her, she's like, can I tell you this one thing? I'm like, no, don't tell me anything yet. I haven't watched it. So, and the fact that you send that thing, I'm like, oh, now I know they're part of a radio station. Damn it.
But it was funny, man. They're a team. Don't screw them up.
Let's see. Yeah, everything else, everything else is not bad. I mean, Max and 11 becoming friends works because, there's only 2 female members of the group. I do like
my time.
Sorry?
I was reading Chris needs those things by 11 a.m. my time. Damn it.
So 2 hours. And if I end the stream in 20 minutes, you'll have plenty of time.
I still gotta eat.
No, you don't. Food is overrated. Let's see. What else was I going to say?
Have you been watching Percy Jackson?
No. How many seasons is it? Is it still the first season, or is it in the second season yet?
They're in the second season right now.
All right, so after Stranger Things season 5, I might go to Percy Jackson. On principle alone, I am not going to do anything on Harry Potter when they do the live action series. I'm just going to ignore it entirely because I refuse to support anything J.K. Rowling is involved in, period, anymore. And that's just a principle matter. I realize Disney's a soulless organization. Amazon's a soulless organization. I'm still going to, talk about Fallout when it comes out. I'm still going to talk about Percy Jackson when it comes out, or when I actually watch it, that kind of stuff. But J.K. Rowling is just such a horrible individual in and of herself that I'm just not going to support anything Harry Potter related anymore.
I agree.
Especially when she literally says she's going to use the profits that she makes from that show to harm the trans community. I mean, she basically just said that she's going to literally start advocating against trans people and starting an organization to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. What was one of the jokes?
The Percy Jackson without spoilers. It's kind of like the way the movies were going, but it goes along well with the books. I am really impressed the way the story is going. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay.
Well, I will say this: I'm a lot less invested in Percy Jackson than I am other franchises. I've never read any Percy Jackson books. I've seen the 2 movies, which I watched with Katty, and she said they sucked. So if you want to give spoilers to Percy Jackson, I'm not going to care as much because it's not a franchise I care about, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Now, Star Trek, MCU, Stranger Things, franchises I care about, I want to be shocked about. Percy Jackson, it's not one of those ones, so I don't care. So if you want to give one, this is your free reign to do so.
So your story is...
Yes.
Okay, the Lotus scene is a lot better than the movie actually.
Hey, babe. Everyone say hi to Mrs. Vile.
Hola, Mrs. Martinez.
So
I'm kind of looking for the toys right now.
Yeah, that's another thing. I really want to do something with Shafty, or Shifty or whatever, because his toy stuff is right up my alley when it comes to the SD Game Swap toy stuff.
Okay, that's funny. That is funny.
Oh, and I'm gonna show off something I actually bought in Mexico a while back, and there's a reason why it's not on the eBay store. I picked up this old Thundercracker. I say old Thundercracker. It's like 15 years old, but it's not like a G1 or anything. The problem is, as soon as I got him, his face fell off. Now, because I lost his face, I set the rest of the toy aside, and I forgot where I put it. Then my son found the face in my car, and we had it left in the car for months while I was looking for the toy. We knew exactly where we put it in the car, so we wouldn't lose it. Then my son finds the figure at the storage unit. And as soon as we found it, we couldn't find the damn face.
Holy shit.
So once I find the face and I'm able to glue it back on, I'll put that on the store. But it's pissing me off that I keep losing the face or the toy.
What is wrong with you?
And the funniest part about this figure, Alayo, is the only part that's worth anything are the guns. I am not kidding. The figure itself, without the guns, sells for between $5 and $10.
Damn.
One of these guns sells for $15.
Damn.
The combined guns, when you put them both together and you sell them like, if you were to sell like this, sells for like $25. So they're worth more than the figure.
Shit, dude.
It's kind of weird how, you know, the parting of old toys is worth more than the figures. Like, occasionally I look up the old Mighty Morphin Power Ranger stuff because Katty and I got 4 out of the 5 original Power Ranger Zords, right? We have the T-Rex, we have the Mastodon, the Saber-tooth Tiger, and the Triceratops. But all 4 are missing little pieces. And we don't have the pterodactyl. The cost of a complete pterodactyl costs more than the other 4 that we already have combined.
What?
Yeah, the 4 parts that we have already are only worth like $40 by themselves. The frickin' pterodactyl with the little guns, $50 easily. Online.
Holy
Everywhere we've looked.
shit. You must just sell them individually, man. Say fuck trying to find a head.
Yeah, one of the things, like instead of buying the pieces, I'm thinking about seeing if I can get the someone to 3D print them for me, because we are missing a couple of pieces here and there. But I'd rather, you know, I don't care if they're original. It's just something me and Katty were collecting as we found them, because she found 3 of the Zords at the swap meet for $5. And then I got the Mastodon Zord later on for another $5. Actually, I think I paid 10. So all together, we're in it for 15. But I'm not spending $50 fucking to get the damn pterodactyl.
Yeah, yeah. Why the hell are individual parts more expensive?
It's the little pieces that are worth stuff. Like those guns are what act as the pterodactyl's feet. Those are what are expensive.
Oh.
The little wingtips that fold in and out on the pterodactyl, those are expensive. If I just want the pterodactyl with the pieces broken off and the feet missing, I can pick up one of those for like $10. It's the complete one with the feet and the wings that's expensive.
Shit.
And that's one of the things that I refuse to do. When I do sell this, I will be selling it with the gun. I'm not going to separate them out like some eBay sellers. And those that do piss me off. I'm sorry. And I see more of them when I'm looking up the prices of stuff. I'll see the same guy selling all the pieces of something separately instead of selling it together, because he'll make more money.
I hate that.
I understand wanting to make more money, but that is, as a collector as well, that annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah, if you got a complete set, don't sell individual items. Sell the whole fucking complete set. It's like finding the original Millennium Falcon with Han in there, and you're only selling Han separately and the Falcon separately. No, you want the fucking complete sets.
Oh, it's not just that. They'll sell Han separately, Chewbacca separately, the cockpit lid separately, the hatch separately, the gun separately, everything separate. And I'm sorry, that bugs me. As a collector who sells, that bugs me. But for the last 10 minutes, I'm going to give it over to Positive, since you haven't said a lot. What do you want to talk about for the last 10 minutes?
Let's see what else is coming up. Aren't they doing a reboot of another reboot? Well, I heard about Stargate getting supposedly a reboot, correct?
Yes, Stargate is coming back. Joseph Malozzi is one of the executive consultants. He has been posting some sporadic information because he doesn't want to give any spoilers out. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate him doing that. I love that. By the way, anybody who has any script ideas, plot ideas, do not fucking send them to Joe. Baron, do not send them. He will ignore you and block you and or mute you. He's tired of this. Okay? Let it go through the natural process. He's not looking for fan input. Sorry, I had to make that clear, PC.
All right. I just did a brief search for it. It says that one, it's going to be on Amazon Prime Video, which makes sense because they bought MGM.
Yeah.
It's going to include producers Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich of the original film, with consulting producers for the original series, Brad Wright and Joe Malazzi. But it's also not supposed to be coming out until 2027 at the
2027.
earliest.
Yeah.
So we're still talking well over a year away.
Which means they have to do pre-production, they have to do script
They already have-
authorization. Dude, one script has not even been written yet. Scripts have not been written yet. They're meeting.
That's what I'm saying. Do they have a cast?
Not yet. No script has been written. They're only in pre-production. They're discussing the outline of the show. Then they will get the script done. Then they will get casting.
Well, I mean, the script got to be better than what they posted on about Academy with the goofy origami chicken line that Giamatti spoke in that trailer, right?
Oh, I haven't seen anything about that other than Paul Giamatti's in it because I want to. That's one of those franchises I care about, Star Trek. So I'm going to wait till I see it.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
Oh no!
We all know Giamatti. We all know Giamatti is going to be in Star Trek Academy.
Yeah, that's been all over my social media because literally,
not spoiler.
I open up my Google to do any sort of search, and it gives you a list of news stories, and literally one of them was how Paul Giamatti channeled Gul Dukat, and I'm like, great. So now I know he's going to be a villain. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, he's a villain. He's a Tellarite and Klingon, supposedly.
I don't care what he is going to be, but I'm like, just keep out the plot details. Keep away from the stop posting. People will stop posting script details, behind the scene footage before the fucking episode airs. I hated that when Discovery first came out. People were posting pictures, plot episodes. I'm like, this episode hasn't even aired yet. Strange New Worlds. They waited. Terry and Joe waited until after the episode aired before they started releasing shit. I'm like, thank you guys.
And to answer your question, positive, it's not supposed to be Stargate is not supposed to be the new one is not supposed to be a reboot. It's going to be a continuation of the established universe. And I'm going to assume when they say that it's going to be a continuation of the SG-1 Atlantis universe canon, not the Roland Emmerich comic book canon.
No. It's going to be based. It's SG-1.
And not SGU either, I guess, huh?
No, it's all going to be incorporated. SGU, Atlantis is all part of the same universe as SG-1. The show's going to be a continuation of SG-1 universe.
Now, I will be interested in if they decide to continue it on from the Stargate Universe comic book series and the Stargate Atlantis relaunch novels. But if they do anything like Star Trek did, they'll just not do that.
My thing is, if they're going to be talking continuation of the universe itself, are they ever going to fucking explain Atlantis landing in San Francisco Bay? Come on.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. If you watch if you've read the Stargate Atlantis relaunch novels, the ones that take place after season 5 of Atlantis,
non-canon.
Yeah, right now. Well, that's the thing. As of right now, they're in that quasi-canon status, just like the Voyager relaunch, the DS9 relaunch, and the Next Generation relaunch novels were quasi-canon because they included elements from Generations, Insurrection, and Nemesis. But when Star Trek Picard came out, they basically said, no, none of these books are now canon anymore. So that's why that universe was literally ended last year. So I don't know if they're going to do the same thing with Stargate. Personally, as a fan of the relaunch series, I hope they don't. But my experience is, especially with Star Wars and Star Trek, Stargate, Star Wars, Star Trek, and Battlestar, they're not going to be canon. Because all three of those previous franchises took the books and comics that came out after the shows ended and got rid of anything related to them. So they're not canon anymore. And I'll try to look it up. Richard Hatch actually helped write one of the Battlestar Galactica relaunch books, and it was really well done. I really enjoyed it, and I hated that they didn't include it after Galactica 1980. I'm going to look up the book, though.
I've never really read those books, so.
Okay. I mean, I know he played Zarek in the reboot, I guess.
All right. Okay, it's a series that is Battlestar Galactica: Armageddon, Warhawk, Resurrection, Rebellion, Paradise, Destiny, Redemption, Sagittarius is Bleeding, all co-written with Richard Hatch. But yeah, all those are considered non-canon as of the Ronald D. Moore reboot.
Okay.
And basically, one of the things they changed, which I actually liked, was we found out that not all the Cylons are fully robotic. They're not humanoid, like human Cylons, like in the Ronald D. Moore era. They were actually a lizard-based race that kind of did the Cyberman thing from Doctor Who. So there are some of them that still have lizard parts inside them, and some of them that are fully robotic. And it was a good. I liked that aspect of it personally. Sorry for giving spoilers for books that you probably didn't read and are over 30 years old.
No matter. No, they're doing it. Aren't they redoing a reboot of that eventually too?
I don't know.
What show?
Battlestar Galactica.
No, there's no talk in redoing Battlestar Galactica or anything like that.
There was a potential series that was going to be made by Peacock or for Peacock, but it was canceled last year.
Okay.
So yeah, Peacock was, and so Paramount was going to do one, but they decided not to.
Okay.
Although there's supposed to be a new video game in 2026 for Battlestar Galactica, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah,
I wonder if it's going to be like the other Battlestar Galactica game that kind of like combined elements from the RDM universe and the original universe.
Well, there's a Terminator video game called either Dark Fate or Fate, also coming out soon, right?
I haven't heard anything about this, which is great for me. But
yeah,
let me look it up.
A day or two ago. Terminator Fate or Dark Fate video game supposed to pick up.
Oh my god!
After Terminator.
I just channeled my inner Elihu, and I was on my Google search for Terminator. I typed in Toyminator. TWRFM.
Toyminator. What did you find? What did you find for the Toyminator?
Not Toyminator. Toyminator.
The Toyminator is a real thing. Did you know that? It's a book by Robert Rankin. It's a half Eddie Bear. It's supposed to be the Toy City. It's a half robot, half teddy bear. It's a real thing. Fucking A.
Okay. You're talking about Terminator 2D No Fate. It's a retro 16-bit running gun. And yeah, that looks good for me. I mean, I enjoyed the old Terminator arcade game.
Yeah. Okay.
But anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm gonna end the stream soon because I gotta go to work.
Yeah, I'm cool to go.
But well, thank you for Positive. Because one, you introduced me to certain things that I didn't even realize were coming out soon. So thank you. And you did it without giving spoilers, which I certainly appreciate.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, except for the origami chicken thing, but yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, as I said, part of that was already spoiled by my freaking news feed.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired of my article. Don't include spoilers in the title of your article. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. On that note, later, folks. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Later, weirdos.